What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some Age of Mythology, not the Titans, because this is not the Titans action. Spawning in the right side of the map, coming in at 6'1.5", all the way from way down south in Australia. His name is Boit. This game was played 11 years ago? 10 or 11 years ago. This was possibly in terms of the relative competition in Age Mythology, this was probably when I was at my peak, and I'm playing against none other than one of the strongest players to have ever played the game, Mr. I Am Magic. We were both youngins back then. Absolute wild shenanigans to be had here. So we'll see how things are going. I cannot remember these games to save my life. I can remember faintly that I was very hungover when we were playing these games. Just a very small. I could remember just a little bit that there was some drinking going on the night before, and then I woke up and I played these games. I'd already resigned myself to losing against Magic, so this means that I've got nothing to prove, and he's got everything to nothing. I've got nothing to lose, and he's got everything to gain. No, that's not how the saying goes either. Not sure. Anyways, onwards and upwards. Oasis, for those of you who did not realize, on way back in the day in Age of Mythology vanilla days, and maybe even on Ensemble Studios, these giraffe, they could spawn incredibly badly in this game, and you can actually see exactly that happening here in this game. As you can see, Magic finds himself his giraffe over here. He's also found giraffe on this top side, which means Magic has managed to get himself 2 lots of giraffe here, and poor old Boit here is stuck with 0 lots of giraffe. And not only 0 lots of giraffe, but also 2 zebra. 2 zebra, and poor old Boit went for poor old youngin' Boit went for hunting dogs here. So he's going to be very, very upset about his current state in this game. Now, there are some monkeys on the map, and those monkeys are also on Magic's side of the map as well, as my Pharaoh starts searching around saying, where on God's green earth are my giraffe? I do find some berries here. It wouldn't be a bad idea to move over here and start eating them, but part of me feels like I would walk back. No, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to eat those berries. Why not eat the berries? The whole thing about these maps and why they were so loved for so long is because the idea was, yes, you can be map screwed, but you got to be good enough to play around the map screw. You've got to be good enough to play around the map screw. If you don't play around the map screw, you're not playing Age Mythology. So we got Magic over here. He's happily eating his giraffe over here. He's getting himself his gold income. He's getting himself his house up super efficiently and late. This is super modern ISIS ideas here, except he's throwing down a second house, which is not exactly how it goes. You just throw the one house down and then a temple. But get himself his lumber camp. He's going to eat these top giraffe as well. Just be living the dream. And looks like I've also getting Boit back here is also getting himself some wood income here, getting himself the old maybe enough to get himself husbandry. Makes a lot of sense, nice and early here. Do I have husbandry yet? No husbandry, so it'll come in fairly soon. One of the big things about playing ISIS on vanilla is that your age up only costs 360 food instead of the 400 food that it costs on the Titans. For whatever reason, in the early days of the Titans release, the developers at Ensemble Studio decided that it was broken, that ISIS could have a cheaper advance time, and maybe it is, maybe it's not. I actually don't have a really firm opinion on that, but we'll have to. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think it's completely fine for ISIS, at least in the classical age, to have a reduced advance time, but it was changed, and yeah, And in classic 2011 fashion, 2011, 2010, whenever it was, 2010, 2011 fashion, a 5-minute advance time, 5-minute 50 advance time here from Boit. And Magic is saying, you know what? Why advance when you cannot advance as the idea? It actually, like, advancing really late on vanilla in the Egyptian War actually makes a lot of sense because what'll happen is he still doesn't have his temple down. He's gone double monuments here. No temple. I think you have to advance before 7 minutes though. Has the temple coming down now for Magic, but advancing relatively late, like I'm talking like 6 minutes-ish in the Egyptian War makes a lot of sense because you could have a stronger economy than your opponent who advance a little bit faster. As long as you get to the heroic age by 7:30-ish, you should be okay. But I'm gonna Boit here is gonna have a bit of an advantage moving forward. I can't stand referring to myself in the third person, but you're just gonna have to deal with it here.
In which?
As I think I got. Did I get? You can't tell. Okay, so I am getting this Flood of the Nile technology, which is it's actually a really big technology to get in vanilla, and there were build orders around getting this super early because it's effectively worth what is it? I think it's something like 25 or 20 food a minute, which is or actually no, it was worth more than that. It was worth one villager gathering on hunt without hunting dogs. I can't remember exactly what that is, but yes, it's pretty good. And in the end here, this is everything in this game that you need. So I'm also going to get myself some baboons here, completely playing around the map as best as I can. Look at this guy go. Got both the relics as well. I don't know what this is. Got Pelt of Argus, not the best of relics, and Scarab Pendant. That's a huge relic to actually have in this matchup because it's going to boost those siege weapons quite a bit. As the Herdables coming in, Pickaxe also in, Magic on the other side of the map here with a classic 7-minute advance time for one of the best players to ever play the game. So he's showing up in this game. Plenty of wood in the bank as well to get himself like an immediate shaft mine, for example. He hasn't got Pickaxe just yet, but can get that one fairly soon. So we'll see how things are going to go for him. As it's like not a bad advance time considering no hunt on the map for old Boity here at 8 minutes into the game. So now we can move over onto the gold, onto this gold mine as well. As you can see, if you see Bast this late and you've already clicked up to the heroic age, you can just move forward and happily grab a super forward gold mine here, cast Prosperity and start spamming those priests out. Magic sees me on this gold mine. What's he going to do as a result of this? It looks like he's going to get his armory up and try and advance as fast as he can, but being on this gold mine over here with these obelisks up, a little bit scary for Boit, but what's he going to do? I mean, a Migdol stronghold here could result in an Ancestors Eclipse being planted on these villages straight away to stop any sort of map control coming through. All of the town centers and stuff, town center in the middle, town center back here, looks like the town centers are either side for Magic. So if a Migdol comes in on this middle situation, he could potentially get himself 4 town centers in this matchup. And not only that, advancing first here to the heroic age will allow him to grab allow Boit to grab, I can't do it, we'll grab myself, the younger myself, a very early second town center if I so choose to do it. But we'll see how things are going to go. Priests coming through. You want to have around about 7 to 8 priests in the Egyptian War. Sometimes you can actually go ahead and not get... you can build the Migdol, but not build any units out of it for a little bit later. Instead, just go mass priests for a little bit, especially if you get out this upgrade... what's this thing called? Spirit of Mart. Get Spirit of Mart out. It'll be quite good, as you do see a very, very bizarre Ancestors Eclipse coming through here onto the economy. As it's going straight after the villagers spreading out all across the map, looking for some villager kills as the villagers attempting to retreat away here for myself. Managing to keep all my villagers alive thus far as my priest getting a little bit of damage done. A couple of villagers having a garrison over here to try and get them to safety. Not paying attention over here for the time being. Losing a villager as my villagers do decide to retreat there. My priest is going to be able to take out some of these minions. The minions or myth units in general in vanilla, much stronger than in the Titans, because heroes, they don't have a minus 50% bonus against heroes. So they actually kill heroes very fast. So myth units were very effective back in the day. As Magic managed to get up a Migdol stronghold over on this position, trying to control this town center as a siege tower getting targeted down. But another thing that's super valuable here, or different, I should say, not valuable, but different here, as the siege tower user or attacker, is that villagers are much weaker against siege towers because they do not get a bonus. They are only dealing 8 damage a second to siege towers, as opposed to the 150% or 200% bonus, whatever it is, 100% bonus, 16 damage per second, whatever it is, against siege towers. So they last a lot longer. As Priest's going to be moving forward here, and we'll see how things are going to go, but the economy here for myself is it's hurting a lot at this point, and I'm trying to make as many chariot archers and things as I can, but it looks like Magic's economy is motoring ahead in this game. He's also got plenty of priests in this position, plus the Pharaoh, double siege works coming in. We'll see how things are going to go as we do finally get ourselves over onto the wood here. Hand axe. Oh, we got the old axe of wet. Didn't know back then that it did nothing, for whatever reason. Did not do anything. As we'll see how it's going to go. A little bit of gold in the bank to drop a town center or drop farms here. Don't know about the windmill formation, but trying to keep my goats alive. Apparently building farms instead of finishing this goats was a good idea. I'm not sure why. And I finally drop my Pelt of Argus and get my upgrade, my relic over here, Scarab Pendant. Very good relic to have. Luckily managed to remember to do that. And not only that, my Pharaoh's also over here ready to deal with the Scorpion Man that Magic sent to raid me. As he does pick off a couple of villages there, which is a little bit annoying, but is what it is. And the big thing here is that all I would have to do right now, or the right play here, is just wait for full population and then Ancestors Eclipse, as not sure that's happening here in this game. I'm trying to take fights. We are seeing my Migdol Stronghold about to get targeted down as my siege towers coming through, and I'm actually forced to click Ancestors Eclipse to kind of hold on to this position over here. As we'll see how it's going to go, but as my minions spawn, the opponent, like Magic's priest here, should be able to basically kill them off incredibly fast. As one Migdol Stronghold looks like it's going to be going down here. I did get another one up in the time for the time being as well. And that's going to be all those siege towers falling for Magic. And now he's actually got the hard task here, which is making sure he's focusing down my siege towers as we push forward and see how we're going to go here in this one. Lots of micro here to try and make sure your chariot archers aren't targeting down siege towers, and you can see that Magic is falling victim to this very thing as villagers coming forward to try and take out the siege towers. But it looks like the Migdol stronghold may be falling here. And this is going to be absolutely huge as villagers falling, but looks like we got the position here. We've got the gold to throw a town center up. We've got the advantage here in this game to some degree. Magic over here on the other side of the map here. He's got all the gold over here. He's got plenty of villagers on gold. He doesn't have pickaxe, which is a big technology to be missing out here. As he has to throw a Migdol stronghold down, and I think as Magic throws that down, I'm going to either grab this town center or I can grab this town center in the middle. Farm's still coming up. How's the economic upgrades now looking here? We've got plow, yes. No forgetting of the plow. Farms are... honestly, for 2010, these farms aren't that bad. Yes, there's a hole here. Yes, there's a hole here. Yes, this farm's a bit off. This farm's a bit off. This farm's a bit off. But it's not that bad. We see the towns that are coming up now in the middle. Try and control the middle of the map a little bit. And see if we can get some raids elsewhere. So Chariot Archer's coming over, going to get a little bit of an intercept over here, getting a bit of free chip damage as Magic's not paying attention at this point. That's a big intercept there. And Magic, on the other hand here, he hasn't actually started his farms just yet, so he's going to be in a really big trouble. He's got 33 villagers on gold here with no pickaxe. Well, Living the dream. Living the dream. What else is going on here? I mean, does Magic have a market? No market here as the farm's slowly coming up. Trying to keep building villages, but I imagine I should be able to pull in front on the village account here, especially with 2 town centers and having the farms up to spam the villagers out.
Into you.
So back in the day, you kind of had to queue up kind of multiple villages at a time here to make sure that they keep spamming. I think if we continued to play with vanilla without auto queue, I think players would get maybe a little bit better at having less queued up villages. But this is kind of the way you'd get around not having auto queue in a way, is you just kind of overspend a little bit and able to kind of make sure you've always got villages coming out. And grabbing this town center in the middle of the map gives 3 town centers to 2 town center advantage, and Magic is on the back town centers here, kind of still behind on resources and technology and everything. And we'll see how it's going to go, but I think there's not really a whole lot of chance here to push through and break down this Migdol stronghold with all the defenses. So maybe like Mythic Age is a good option after all is said and done. Still no Sacred Cats or farming upgrade just yet, but I think generally going for 4 town centers was something that everyone used to do. There was kind of no respect to the early Mythic Age just because the macro was it's actually quite difficult to make the macro work on vanilla to kind of fight against a greedy 4 town center by going for an early Mythic Age, even though it's technically the right play, or the 4 town centers is the wrong play, but I do see the villagers coming over here to grab this town center, and simply put, 4 town centers is 2 more than 2 town centers, which should mean a very, very handy advantage economically speaking to come through, as we do try and get ourselves a bit of a stronghold over on this location, but be retreating for the time being. And we do get a siege workshop at this point. I think this is like really weird watching this economy play out, because it feels a little bit wrong, but I feel like old me, Boit back here, had the idea of maybe trying to get into elephant here, or even just trying to set up and maintain position, basically just try and maintain the map control that we've got. And I think the idea here is that if I just greed this out and get the villager advantage, get a tech advantage from the villager advantage, even if I lose a town center, I should be able to hold on and win this game. So you do get the micro, 2011 micro. Did you see that? You young whippersnappers trying to show up in Age of Titans. That's how he did it back in the day. Magic here he's got himself the farms up. He still doesn't have pickaxe. Pickaxe not important. There we go. Pickaxe now coming through. We have irrigation and shaft mine. Living the dream. Looks like the villages are either all fully produced. I think I'm full villages at this point. Monuments coming up. Thoth was actually the more popular god, I believe, back in the day as well, because obviously, like, Thoth is good, but Son of Osiris is also good, so you don't really know. There's another Migdol going to come through, more units coming out. Camelry is an option here. We're not sure what that's about, but the camelry do have 6 speeds, so I wonder if I just use these as a distraction tool in these fights that's coming up, as it looks like Magic has relocated his army and he might be getting caught out over here, so I can just move my siege towers forward and start taking out this position and causing a lot of problems here. Magic does get caught out, but it looks like he's going to be going after my town center here, but I think there's more than enough gold here to defend this, as the villagers popping out on this position. We do see mercenaries train effectively instantly and just spend all my gold and pick off all of these siege towers, and we should be completely fine here, as the villagers over here are going to be doing, and we do see exactly the same thing kind of happening here from Magic. as he builds some of these mercenary heroes. Look at how strong these are. 228 HP, 11.2 damage. Absolutely bonkers. As the town center is going to be staying alive for a little bit longer on this position. We've just got to build some more mercenary out here and try and defend the town center as long as we can. I think I'm trying to get a mythic age, and we are getting caught out quite badly here. A little bit of miss macro as well, not spending resources. A couple of cavalry coming out, but I'm not sure exactly how much of a help that's going to be. But if you take a look over at Magic's perspective here, he's completely cut off gold. He does have a gold mine at the top of the map, which I do not know about. But looks like he might be able to take this town center down and cause some problems here. Looking for a bit of a comeback. Magic is definitely one of those comeback king type players, always on the lookout for a strong play. As we have to relocate our army up to the top side of the map and try and take these units out.
Into you.
Fortified town centers coming through. Kind of got to kick yourself a little bit for this. Finally getting some elephants out instead of those. We're still building cavalry, but maybe a couple more Migdol strongholds wouldn't have gone astray here. Magic also getting himself out those elephants. Very, very strong. He's probably going to be able to take out the Migdol and grab this town center as well. That's exactly what he's doing here. As my chariot archer is going to come up and try and pick off some enemy units here. Town center on the way. A little bit of panic has to come through at this point, because you look at this being like, jeepers, what do you do? And is this not the OG chemo market? The OG chemo market? In the back corner of the map going to the middle town center. I've got full control of the map, but go for the back. This is a very safe trade route, to be honest, as I don't manage to keep the town center from going up, but we've still got a lot of pressure here, a lot of resources. Can advance to the mythic age, going through Thoth, because why not through Thoth? I've got a lot of favor in the bank as well, so I can immediately get myself Valley of the Kings. Got 3 monuments up as well.
Into you.
And I believe this tournament was a you can't repeat the same god tournament from memory. I can't actually fully remember, but I definitely was not a pure random god player back in the day. I was definitely more of an Isis main, but I played a little bit of everything. Just kind of like everyone. But yeah, this tournament I think was can't play the same god twice. So after the initial craziness is all over of the Isis war, you go into something completely different. So we do see a cheeky little raid coming through. Magic is he's always very, very fast. Magic is a deathmatch player at heart, so he's very, very fast. But I think he is too far behind. He's got no resources left in the bank. Loses the town center. A meteor on this Migdol stronghold will clean this up. But not only that, just getting the fact that you get mythic age here means you can get siege weapon or catapults out to kind of pick this off from far and have an advantage where that's concerned. As we still haven't thrown the walls down on the bottom side of the map, and I think Magic might make me might punish me for this, but he's still kind of in shambles at this point. I'm trying to make everything happen here. As the Thoth does come through. Chariot archers able to pick off enemy chariot archers here to some degree as the siege towers have to retreat away from the cavalry. Watchtowers coming down. Is there a... I could be meteoring this, and you have to take... Oh, I can't see it anymore, but you have to take a look at where the monument for magic is. The monument for magic is here, and it almost protects the town, so I think I could get over to here as the Migdol stronghold does end up going down. And we get our first win against Magic in this best of 5 way back in 2011. So a really, really sloppily played game from both sides. I think the nerves were definitely kicking in to some degree. Bit of a strange map here, having to play around, not having any giraffe, having only a 2 zebra spawn. 2 zebra spawn, 3 giraffe on, and Magic getting 6 giraffe, but he didn't really make the most of it. when all things are said and done. And we did manage to get one win here. So we'll see. There's actually a whole bunch of more of this series. So we'll run through it. If you guys enjoy this type of thing, we can go back in history and kind of watch some of my highlights and lowlights from way back in the day. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, my name's Boit. Please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch and on the YouTubes. I'll see you guys in the next one.